Hi guys, it's Azeroth Studio and today we will be taking a look at the history of Kalimdor. However, our topic is not the ancient Kalimdor from before the Sundering, but the ancient Kalimdor from before the release of the game. Let's start with one of the early design maps of the continent. The most notable aspect of this map is the overall shape, more reminiscent of the older maps from Warcraft 3, with quite different layout of the zones. The level ranges are also different from vanilla, with the highest level being 70. The most notable zones are Teldrassil, called Kalidar in this map, and Uldum, which was intended to be an instance at this point in development. The earliest instance of a rendered map of the continent by far is the taxi map found in Alpha 053. This map is probably from around version 03, but unfortunately, there is no high-resolution version of this map. However, with the help of zone maps found in the same version as this map, I was able to compile a better map of this version. While several of the zones had been pretty finished by this time, the rest of the continent was still being heavily worked on. Moonglade is missing, Hyjal is missing, and the whole area northeast of Ashenvale seems to have been intended to be quite different from what it is now, akin to the early design map. The southern part of the continent is mostly unfinished. The Angoro crater looks completely different, and there is also something that appears to be an entrance to Uldum. The next map is this one from around version 04. This map was taken from the world map in version 053, supplemented with the zone maps found in the same version. Most of the terrain looks to be finished by now, but the area around Winterspring is still incomplete. Azara is there, but it has a different color theme. The south of Kalimdor is still totally unfinished, but parts of Teneris start to appear. This map, probably from before version 05, was taken from the zone map of Kalimdor in 053. There aren't many differences from the previous map, but Moonglade looks better now, although a bit longer than it would become. The shape of Teneris seems to be completed by now, and Angoro starts to be worked on. Before we depart this map, let's look at Silithus. This part of the map had been unchanged since the first map we've seen, and would quickly be replaced with the modern shape of Silithus. In a way, this is the old Quel'Thalas of Kalimdor. Interestingly, the world map in early versions of the game presented the same coastline as this one. The next map comes from the first leaked version of the game, patch 053. Moonglade and Azara are in their final shapes, but Hyjal and Winterspring are still unfinished. There are some minor updates across the continent, but the southern part is finally almost complete. Far in the sea on the south, there is a small area intended for player or guild housing. Patch 055 saw the addition of Hyjal and Winterspring, although Darkwhisper Gorge is still unfinished. Aside from the outer coast starting to be worked on, there are no major differences in this version. Version 06 introduced the GM Island and some other polishing done to the continent. The outer coast is mostly finished, as well as several inaccessible zones. The islands near Teneris were also moved to the south of the zone. In 07 there are only minor differences. Darkwhisper Gorge is finished, the Ravencrest monument in Azara received a different color theme, the 3 oases in the Barrens were formed, Alka's Islands of the northeast coast of Dustwallow March was added, together with the entrance to Onyxia's lair in the same zone. There were also changes in Razorfen Downs, and the Silithid presence in Teneris became more apparent. Patch 08 changed the area once more, and added the crater in Shimmering Flats and Lost Trigger Cove to Teneris as well. In version 091, there were only minor updates to the terrain, and the entrance to the Caverns of Time was updated. Finally, patch 11 pushed the continent to its final state. Shatterspear Village was added to Darkshore, the mountains around Winterspring and Moonglade were finished, several of the lakes in Fellwood and Ashenvale changed color, Stonetunnel Mountains received new locations, Desolis became less desolate thanks to the addition of several grassed areas, Direwall was added to Ferolas, and Silithus received more variety and locations. The pre-Cataclysm Kalimdor was completed. Well, that's about it for this video, which was released after a year from the first one on my channel. I hope you like it and stay tuned for the next one. Bye bye!